Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and in this special edition, we're going to be talking about the ongoing IPO of Indegene. This 1,841 odd crore rupees IPO opened for subscription yesterday. It's the day two. It's already got fully subscribed on day one. Right now, if you see, it's oversubscribed by over 3.5 times already. And the company is planning to raise about fresh issue via about 760 odd crore rupees. And there's an offer for sale component as well in this IPO. Now, as far as the company's the price band is concerned for this IPO, it's 430 to 452 rupees per share, and here investors can apply for a minimum of 33 equity shares and then in multiples thereafter as well. Now, joining in to detail for us the key vision of the company, the aim of launching this IPO, as well as the growth prospects going forward, so that we understand the business and the strategy going forward from here. I'm joined by the top management of the company. Mr. Manish Gupta joins in. He's the chairman and the CEO of Indigene. Welcome, sir, on Business Today Television. Great to have you with us. And already, we've seen oversubscription, so great demand happening. So congratulations on that as far as the early start to this IPO is concerned. Just to begin by understanding what exactly the company is into. We understand, as you have given, that the company provides services for life sciences industry. You assist with drug development, clinical trials, regulatory submissions. If you could explain to our viewers in a simpler way as to what exactly is your business model like, how do you do the earnings as far as the business is concerned, sir?
Sure. First of all, Sakshi, thank you so much for inviting me to this show. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you.
Now, as Indigene, we are a very unique company, unique in a global context and definitely in the Indian context. Now, when we started the company 25 years back, the whole idea was to bring deep medical expertise, healthcare expertise, along with technology expertise to solve problems in the healthcare space. If you see our team, we have around 5,200 Indigeons all over the world. 20% of them come from a medical background. These are medical doctors, PhDs, pharmacologists, who are working hand in hand, on one hand, with profiles like data scientists, data engineers, software developers, analytics professionals. On the other hand, with people like brand strategists, brand managers, digital strategists, omni-channel orchestrators, modular content leads, creative directors. So a very diverse set of people coming together across the world to provide solutions to our clients. Now, in the marketplace, we are known as a digital-first commercialization partner to the global life science industry. What we mean by the global life science industry is pharmaceutical companies, medical device companies, and emerging biotech companies. We work with all the top 20 global pharma companies. All the top 20 pharma companies are our customers. And we have total active customers is 65, which means 45 are, again, some of them are large, some of them are mid-size pharma companies, and the rest are medical device and biotech companies. Now, you spoke about some of the services, alluded to some of the services in the introduction. Now, and I want to try to explain what this commercialization means. If you think about the global innovation-driven pharma industry, it's a very complicated industry. It's highly regulated. It's highly specialized. There are scientists in the lab for years to come up with a new product. The new product could be a chemical entity, could be a biologic, right? Now, after these scientists have come up with the product in the lab, bringing it to the market itself is a very long drawn, complex, and expensive process. It takes 5 to 8 years to bring a product to the market. You have to convince the regulators with a lot of data that we can approve the product. You have to convince payers and insurance companies to have it in the formulary. After doing cost-benefit analysis, again, data has to be shared. You have to share a lot of data and content to physicians, right? For them to make up their mind and convince them to prescribe a product. I can go on and on, right? The calls which have to be made. Now, in that context, Indigene steps in, helping companies bring this product on the market, from the lab to the market, and then keep it in the market. By the way, when products are in the market also, new data is emerging, safety events are occurring, new products are getting launched from a competitive perspective. The same intensity stays with new products of our existing products as well. So we help in that context companies do clinical trials to generate data, right, or recruit patients for clinical trials, manage regulatory submissions to regulators, medical affairs and sales and marketing to reach out to physicians, manage processes like pharmacovigilance and drug safety for existing products in the market, right? Again, back to the regulator and to the company. That's broadly what we do.
Okay, fair enough. So you're raising this 1842 crores, and within that 760 odd crore rupees will be raised via the fresh issue. What are you planning to use this for, sir?
So one of the things as Indigene we have done very well, as I mentioned, this is a very specialized industry, and that's the reason why you see a company like us only, right? It's a very unique model. One of the things which we have done very well all these years is that while we build a lot of capabilities in house, we also use acquisitions to bolster our capabilities. We've done 13 acquisitions. All of them have been very specialized capabilities which we acquired either in North America or in Europe. One of these capabilities or one of the acquisitions we did in 2022, we had taken a debt for that. Uh, that's right now 47 million or so, 390 crores. So we're going to repay that debt. Out of 760, 390 or so goes back to repay this debt for this acquisition we had done. Around 103 crores or so is for capex in the next few years, and our capex is obviously as we expand our team, right? Whatever infrastructure and is required for that, and the remaining is general and corporate purposes. Some of it we'll use for future M&A.
Okay, so sir, you said that you'll be paying part of this fund for repayment of the debt. Will you be? What will be the status of the debt after that?
We'll be zero debt company after that.
Oh, okay. And only until the next time that you look for another acquisition, since you said that you are on an acquisition, that's how you have grown in the last few years as well?
So I would say that we have grown through acquisitions. Growth for us primarily has been organic. You see, we work with 65 of the top 65 customers, 20 of the top two global companies, right? We have grown our customers organically. That's been the main reason for growth. Acquisitions have been to build very specialized capabilities, things like market access and pricing in the United States, consulting capabilities, brand strategy, brand planning capabilities. Recently, we did something on very specialized regulatory writing and submissions, right? So those are the very niche capabilities we have built through acquisitions.
Okay. And what will be the cost that you will save on the interest once you've repaid this debt, sir?
It is around 3 point some million, adds up to 30 crores or something.
Okay,
in that.
okay. Understood. How about your revenue mix and the geographical mix to just give us an understanding of which are the areas that you draw maximum earnings from?
So from a geographical perspective, our revenues mirror the global pharma companies spend. Think about the global pharma industry. It's a 1.8 trillion, north of 1.8 trillion dollars in size, slated to be 2 trillion plus in 2026. The operational spends on the areas we have been called out, right? Parts of those is north of 156 billion dollars, slated to be 200 north of 200 by 2026. 65% of this spend happens in North America. If you think about it, 66% of our revenue comes from the same geography. 25% of these spends are from Europe. 30% of our revenues comes from Europe. So that's 96%. The remaining 4% is for us the rest of the world, which includes China, Japan, India, and a few other countries.
Okay. Also, sir, if you could help us, where are your high margin products? What are those? And, how is your margin expansion panning out to be? And what can we expect going forward?
So, if you think about apart from some of the smaller categories in which we are investing a bit more, right? Our business in general is high value add business. If you see the number of employees we have versus the revenue, it's much higher than most of the other companies, right? Operating out of India. To that extent, margin profile is good across the board. We are investing a lot in sales and marketing, in technology, right? In specialized capabilities. In spite of that, if you see our 9-month EBITDA margins, for till December 2020, December end 23, are in the order of 21.9, right? So we will continue to we'll aspire to maintain and grow these margins at an EBITDA level. At a PAT level, we have an interest cost which has been high, right? Especially with the increases in rates, which will obviously go after this IPO once we repay the debt. So you will see a bump up in our PAT margins after that.
Okay. So as far as your top line and your bottom line are concerned, I think for the year ended March 31st of 2023, you reported the net profit of 266 odd crores with a revenue of 2364 odd crores. How do you see this now panning out going forward?
So from as I mentioned, we are operating in a pretty large space. I gave some of the numbers: 1.8 trillion going to 2, spends being north of 156, getting to 200. This is the industry which is growing right now. It is growing. Spends on some of the operational stuff I spoke about is increasing. Uh, Outsourcing continues to increase, right? Because of the complexities involved in the processes we operate in. As companies are outsourcing more, they are also shifting their budgets from traditional ways of doing things to much more digital ways of doing things. All these are trends which favor us, right? And are tailwinds for us. In that context, we feel good about the future, and that's the reason we are coming out and thinking about our next 25 years as a company.
Okay, wonderful. Next 25 years of the company. Since the IPO is on, what is the one message that you'd like to give to all the viewers, many of whom would be like prospective investors, since you already pointed out that it's a very unique business model? There are no comparisons for the viewers or the investors to really go back and to see whether there is an industry trend, just for that niche company that you are in currently. How would you really advise them to really look at your company?
So I would say that look at the global pharma industry, right? So some of them I already gave the numbers. I'm not going to repeat them again. It's a very large industry. I spoke about some of the trends. With those trends, if you step back and see some of our strengths, very deep domain expertise, right? 25 years of methodologies, toolkits, processes. We've been investing in technology tools and platforms to deliver differentiated outcomes for a very long period of time. And I have a head start and almost a decade, right? On head start on anybody else. If you see our customer list, 20 or top 20 companies, 35 customers whom we do more than $1 million, and that list has been growing. A very strong real estate of customers, right, on which we can continue to build on and mine. A very stable management team in any technology specialized industries. You see churn. If you see our senior management team, it's been together for a very long period of time and very experienced in this space. A geographical footprint and marquee investors and board. If you see our anchor book, which got announced on Friday night, we have some of the best investors, right? Capital, Adia, Fidelity, kind of on the global side. On the India side, you have pretty much most of the large mutual funds, SBI, ICICI Prudential, DSP, who have reposed their faith in the company. And we are really grateful for that.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us on Business Today. Here's wishing you all the very best for the IPO and the upcoming listing. And here's hoping that we'll catch up again very soon to understand more in detail about the business and the vision going forward from here. Many thanks.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, viewers, we will wrap it up at that, but do stay tuned on to Business Today TV as we continue to get you all the exciting conversations and everything that's buzzing on the street.
आज तीसरे चरण का मतदान है। मैं देशवासियों को विशेष रूप से आग्रह करूंगा